All right, integrated sports performance training, back for video number 2 of the evening, and maybe the last one. I don't mind making videos, but you guys are probably totally sick of seeing my talking head. So we've completed step 1 and step 2 of Suk's program that she's designed for Jenny Smith, the fictional client, for a phase 2 program, and now we're on to phase 3, which is the resistance training, or the body part area. What Suk has put together was a total body program, which fits here. You can get creative and write splits, and when I get into the lecture that you're going to watch, kind of the video that I'm going to upload for Module 7, I'm going to talk a lot more about program design and kind of how to use this stuff in the real world. So you can get really fancy and creative, but for this assignment, I would stick relatively close to the book, and then we can discuss the variability and flexibility that this program really does have. But just really show me that you've got the OPT model down to a T. Follow the recipe closely, and then we'll get creative once we get going. So total body exercise. Suk put in optional, which is fine, it really is, but I'd like you to make a decision. So either put something in, or if you do have optional, why is it optional? Is it because of time? Is it because of volume work completed throughout the rest of the workout? Just put that down in your rationale area, or put a little note right next to that. So Suk could put optional. I just put a note, omitted because of time. Totally fine. For chest, she has the superset setup of a strength level exercise, flat dumbbell chest press, and then supersetted with a push-up. Those are 2 appropriate exercises, a strength-based exercise in a relatively stable environment, working on larger type 2 muscle fibers, followed by a more stability-based exercise where the core is integrated with the arms and the legs. Great selection on those 2. Her acute variables, 2 sets of 12 reps. Now what she did here very well is you notice it says 2 sets of 12 for the flat dumbbell chest press and 2 sets of 12 for the push-up. That's exactly what I want. Don't just put 2 sets of 12 blankly in there, because there might be times when you do 2 sets of 10 reps for the strength level exercise and then 2 sets of 12 reps for the stabilization level. You can get very creative and have some fun here. So don't just put 2 sets of 12. Tell me what you want at each half of the superset. The intensity for the 1 rep percentage of 1 rep max, she has 70%. 70% does correlate to 12 repetitions, so that is perfect there. She would adjust that percentage if she did go ahead and adjust any of the other acute variables. So the more reps that you do, the higher percentage you want RM. So for example, if they're doing 8 reps, that's going to be about 80 to 85% of your 1 rep max. You know, the charts out there are relatively accurate. Go by the charts so you've got that kind of standard answer for yourself through that. The tempo, she did perfectly. So for tempo, she has a medium tempo, 202, like the specifics there, Suk, nice work, and then slow, 421. So for the strength level exercise, she has the tempo correct as well as stabilization level. The rest is perfect as well. So if you notice, she put 2 bits of acute variables for the rest, 0 seconds, intimating that there is no rest in between the supersets. And for NASM's purpose, supersets are back-to-back exercises for the same muscle group, and there's a 60-second rest after that superset or pair. So she's doing 2 supersets or pairs, and in between that pair or superset, there's going to be a 1-minute rest. So very nice job. I wouldn't change anything. If you want to put a little bit more thought into the individuality of each of these, remember you have a range to work with, that's okay, but she would get full credit for this. And the acute variables are the same throughout the rest of the program, so I'm not going to touch on those, but I would like to see that for every body part that you do address, just so I'm not being redundant. When we get to the back exercises, the exercise selection are seated cable row and the ball dumbbell row. Seated cable row is a traditionally more stable environment. You can lift a heavier load, stimulate the type 2 muscle fibers, than a ball dumbbell row. Looking at integrating the core with the stabilizers and the core and the stabilizers and the prime movers together, that's perfect. When we move on to the shoulders, see as a shoulder press machine followed by a single leg scaption, a strength level or strength style of exercise followed by a stabilization style of exercise. Perfect. Now, in biceps and triceps, she's written optional, which is fine. It doesn't necessarily fit into Jenny's goal, the fictional client here, but why are they optional? Is it because of time? Is it because of too much volume of work elsewhere for the elbow extensors and flexors? Just make a comment on that. It's okay to leave those out. When we get to legs, we have leg press and ball squat. Acute variables, again, are perfect. Those exercises fit very well within the OPT model. Here's something to think about. This is completely correct. She gets full credit. But leg presses, if someone has a low back arch and knees move in, their glutes are probably weak. And a leg press usually 95% of leg presses out there do not let you extend your hip completely, and the glute max is the primary hip extensor. So if you're doing an exercise where the hip doesn't extend like a leg press, you're looking at muscles that are often synergistically dominant, like the adductor magnus, sometimes the hamstring complex, and the quadriceps. So when we see people are quad dominant, glute weak, they spend all their time on a leg press developing the thigh musculature without accessing the hip musculature correctly. So leg press technically fits here, but for Jenny's program, you might get more bang from your buck from some other squat or lunge variation. So it would get absolutely correct answer on this, and I would give max points for this, but put a little thought into it, and sometimes you can change some things. Moving into step 4, which is the cool down. I touched on it in the prior video, always doing corrective flexibility. We'd like to see low to moderate cardio, 5 to 10 minutes. I will not take points off for anyone who doesn't include that. That's okay. But if you have the time, it is great to work on flushing the lactic acid out of our muscular system, where it can then be excreted via urine or recycled in the heart or kidneys. That's fine, but we want to get that stuff out of there. It's usually gone within a half hour after an exercise bout. But here she has repeat steps 1A and or 1B. I would like specifics. Would you like to repeat step 1A or 1B? So she's got the right content there, and she says use static instead of active. So that's perfect. I would just like to be specific. So I don't want any vagueness. I don't want any ranges. Just nail it. So very good program, Sue. Thank you very much, and I hope you've got the tips. You can just go ahead and do what I've given you on this video and submit it back in. If anyone's program looks just like Sue's and you've changed the name, I think I'll know. I know you guys wouldn't do that. But that'd be pretty hysterical. I got 50 of these. It's the exact same program. Let's look at the rationale section. I've got about 3 more minutes and I'll wrap up. What's the purpose of this specific reason for the workout? I like how she touches on muscle imbalances that might still be there. That's great. You can add a little bit more beef to that. Put your thinking caps on. Why are you doing this program for this client? Even if you have to ad-lib a little bit. We don't have all the details in the assessment. We might get some more stuff in conversation. So pretend that Jenny is, is a person and make up some stuff. Fill in the blanks. You're going to get more details once you start talking to a real human being anyways. I know that most of this is conjecture, seeing that we don't actually get to train this person. How does this program address the goal? Suk has done a nice job. You can read it in front of you. Answering that and how it relates to our goals, especially saying how it's going to help improve the vertical jump, which is part of one of the client's goals. So what I'm looking for is, why does this program relate to the client's goals? How does it do so? How does it help them get to their goal? And Suk's got it. She's nailed it. Perfect. And the more that you can do that, the better. And in life as well as this assignment. How will core balance match that? Now, these are some good bits of information for the A, B, and C answer that she's given, but they're not really specific to the client's goal, so I would like to rework that so they address that. For 4, one thing that she did very nice, she addressed each superset, every exercise. That's what I want. Comments on every exercise for resistance training. Always tie it back to the clients. Always tie it back to the clients, and specifically their movement assessment and their goals. So we should be thinking is, why am I doing a barbell chest press? How does that help my client? Not because it's common or popular or I like it, but how does it help that client get to their goal, and how does it relate to the movement assessment? These are the types of things that we need to answer. Running down, get about 1 more minute, we'll be done. Number 5, answer the question after you've worked out. So hopefully you're experimenting with these workouts on your own to some degree. How is it for you? And she made a comment on there. I don't have to go ahead and read it out loud. You can see what that is. But put your thoughts or comments. Some people give me big chunks, and some people give me a sentence or 2. That's okay. But just kind of share that. So hopefully that summary has helped and shows you exactly what I'm looking for, gives you a little bit more insight to designing a Phase 2 program, a strength endurance program for the NASM OPT model. Hope you're having a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to post this on here, so it's up by about 10:15, 10:20 on Turkey Day Eve. Very important holiday, Turkey Day Eve. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.